Hey!
Hi, everybody. I'm Tavi, and this is my dad. His name's David, and
I'm Dad.
anyways, we're gonna talk about our opinions on the Lego Movie 2, and
The second part.
the second part. Sorry, and
all.
we're just gonna give you a rundown of the full movie and spoilers. There will be spoilers. in
Yeah,
this
kind of like the
video.
big reveals. What were the reveals? Because there was some pretty, revealing things.
Dad.
So,
never-
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna just do a full rundown of the movie. We're just gonna talk about all
What
of
we
the
liked.
movie. Like basically that. So yeah, first I want to talk about the surprisingness of that there's going to be a second Lego movie because it has been way too long. Let me tell you that much. It has been 5 years since
You
that
were
original.
6 years old
Yes, I was
when the
6.
first one came out?
Yeah, I was a 6, and it
And
was...
now you're 47.
No, I'm 11.
I'm bad at math.
I'm bad at math. Yeah, okay. Anyways, it was a surprise. I mean, we did have movies to wait for waiting. I mean, did have the Lego Batman movie and the Lego Ninjago movies, and those were great. And it was pretty surreal seeing those characters again. It was pretty cool in the trailer. But then when the movie came out, I just didn't watch it on opening release.
Yeah, we took our time. Well, they saw Into the Spider-Verse. It seemed like it reached at the same time. We feel like we saw like a couple more movies too. It was like, oh, we just didn't see it. And then Tom wanted to see it, and we were a little bit behind, but watched it, and it's like the characters were great, like the original characters. Then all the new characters are great.
So let's give a little rundown of the entire movie. So it begins where the first movie just left off with the Lego Duplo monsters attacking it.
Yep.
And it's kind of what I wanted to see just after the movie. And it was so cool.
'Cause, like, what happens? What happens? Then, of course, we're going to get heavy into spoilers. So if you haven't seen it and don't want to know what happens, probably should watch the movie now.
So, yeah, he gives them a heart and friends. And then he
everyone's afraid except for Emmett, because Emmett's kind of pure of heart and just gives it a heart thing, and then it gets destroyed, and then it gets munched up.
Munched up, and there's a big battle thing, and after that, it just basically says everything has just gone to crap.
Yeah, the little Duplo people have destroyed everything. And it seemed kind of like, oh, that's a kid metaphor for when you have a sibling and you let them play with your stuff and then they start breaking everything. And there's a lot of laid metaphors into the story that really match with like what a lot of a sibling experience is like, which was really cute and made it very poignant.
So, yeah, after that, the Justice League went to go upstairs and try to face off against them. But they
never came back.
They never came back.
And against them, you clearly could tell it's the Sistar system. It's the sister. And then everything cute that they made got destroyed. AKA everything that looked cute, the sister would come play with and break it. And so he ended up making stuff that was more edgy and apocalyptic and Mad Max like.
Yeah, but before that, there was. In 5 years later, like in the first Lego movie, there was I forgot the time, but it was 5 years, and then I just zoomed out in when that 5-year mark appears. Like, it's been 5 years since that movie. How did it took this long?
How did it took this long?
How? I mean, it was whatever. It was really surprising, and I was just in awe that it actually took this long to get a sequel.
So, when it gets in the movie, then Emmett's going to have to... Wildstyle's wanting to, grow up and not be so naive and wanted things to, wanted him to be more mature and edgy and not so happy and upbeat. And as it goes through he tries to understand what she's talking about, and he still stays naive and upbeat. And then basically it's his fault that they get captured because he wants to help one of the little
speaking about
little
getting
heart things.
the captured part, there comes a ship, and he shows a little house, and it's kind of cute and a little fun scene, and then it just gets completely destroyed.
Yep.
Everybody runs in. You meet the sister.
Yeah, Batman. Well, in Batman's lair kind of thing, and then you meet the general from the Sistar system, and it's a friends thing. It isn't a Lego figure.
It's a Friends figure.
It's that one.
It's this one.
And it's a fun. It looks cool, but you can tell there's something kind of dark and wrong. And they end up stealing 5 of the Lego figures.
Yeah.
Of their coolest ones to take it in for the thing, and then Emmett's left behind, and he wants to save them. And like Wildstyle really drives the show, like she did in the first one, but this one she gets more credit for. And I like that it was kind of the females in here took control of the whole thing. But there's something we just saw Captain Marvel recently too. There's something interesting about having all these sinister characters.
Wait, spoilers. We don't.
The whole thing's spoilers.
Oh,
this whole thing's spoilers. We're warned.
And it's spoilers. The bad guys aren't actually the bad guys.
Yeah, they're just. It's a really fun metaphor for the idea that like a sibling trying to relate to her brother can't articulate it well, and ends up being awkward, and then they have miscommunication. So that's really cute. During this time, then Emmett has to he try to fly off and get this, and he meets another. It's like a Fight Club version, like an alter ego self, and he keeps thinking that he's fantasizing about this character. And then about halfway through the movie, I'm like Tav, like what? I'm like, doesn't that sound like Chris Pratt? And like, doesn't it sound like Star-Lord? And he was like, yeah. Yeah, it kind of does. And so I started thinking like, oh, this is going to be him. Like he's thinking of himself or whatever. And that's what they kept alluding to, because it was playing on a bunch of different roles that Chris Pratt had played, like training raptors or whatever. But it was really fun, and that was really delightful to see raptors come be their helpers, and him kind of have like a buddy, and he feels really cool with. And then it reminded me of Kung Fury.
So let's continue on.
Laser raptors.
At this point, all the guys get captured, and they meet Queen Wenaba Nabi, and she is one of my favorite characters in the movie because it's her unicorn guy, and it was just kind of creative at how she flowed and.
Yeah, she morphs from being like that horse to like a weird blob lady in this little set. They let her transform back and forth to the weird blob thing, and it's really cute. And again, it comes off super awkward, and you're like, wow, this is definitely an evil princess, like gonna cause harm. And Wildstyles, Lucy's like totally like on it, like, hey, this seems really creepy. This doesn't seem awkward. This doesn't seem right. What's going on with this or whatever? And everyone else is like, hey, this is fun. This is nice. So they end up getting they all think brainwashed is what's going on with it. And Lucy's the only one that's not. And then her and Emmett they eventually.
With the guy, and this
they
before the scene
back.
they don't before they meet. There's a scene where it's all Happyville type style, and before that, what was the guy called again?
Which one, Rex?
Rex. He actually he says, "Guys, welcome to heck."
Yeah, that was kind of funny. So it definitely seemed like there was something hinky going on, and I could tell that there was going to be a plot twist coming up, but it was really interesting when it was revealed, when the final reveal of the whole plot thing was that the queen was actually like a metaphor for the sister. It was the heart that the brother originally gave to his sister, and that's what made me choke up and want to cry, because it was like, oh, that's so sweet. She was building her favorite character around the little thing he first shared with her, and then it was like, so that was really delightful to see. But then you're like, oh, clearly this is Fight Club, except it wasn't quite Fight Club. So Emmett was right, because he kept thinking he was fantasizing that this was his made-up imagination of what a cool person would be. And it turns out, hey, time paradox, it actually was Emmett who remodeled himself as a cool person who we think Lucy would want to be with and be edgy and cool and break things because nobody cares about him. And, but true Emmett fashion, he maintains his own integrity, and ends up, after everything he does destroy everything, he comes back, and his spirit infused Lucy to stay positive, and then she helped everyone win back the day, and then the kids started playing back together. My favorite characters, though. So I really like Battle Cat, Unikitty. I thought she was really cool. General, I think this is General
to be honest,
Harley Quinn.
I
think this is General Harley Quinn. I think, like, that's kind of a cool, like, she's a cool character, but they keep her helmet on the whole time because they got the whole DC universe. So I think that's General Harley Quinn. The Queen,
just might have been a joke.
Queen is awesome. Well, look at her face paint. That's definitely Harley Quinn makeup.
Anyways,
but the banana dude, Mr. What is his name? Does he have a name?
Does he have a name?
Introducing Queen, whatever I wanna be. And then Weird Banana Man, Mr. Slips or something. But he's like, they have such good physical comedy, and his awkwardness of how he looks is like really played up, and he's so goofy. It seems sinister, and he's like a Hunchback of Notre Dame kind of thing. But he goes and he's walking up, and he's part of the marriage party, which is, well, Queen whatever I want to be is gonna marry Batman, and Batman's totally down for it after getting psychologically twisted by her into wanting to get married to her. But he's walking up she's like starting to crack up, and it seems like, oh, it's so sinister, and he's like, I'm just laughing because he keeps slipping on himself, and the banana peel he's such a good comedic relief. I don't know. And then I saw the design, and I saw this little guy, and I was like, oh man, he looks so dang cute. He looks like a just so weird banana. It's like some Jack Stauber kind of thing, or whatever. Like,
if you've never heard of Jack Stauber, get on that.
Yeah. So, anyway, it's really fun. They have these cool little Duple guys. Gustav, like this little crazy dude. He can swing his eye around. But yeah, I say Battle Cat Kitty makes me want to make a He-Man Battle Cat out of orange Lego version of that, and I can have a little He-Man on him.
You mean green?
Yeah, green. Excuse me, not orange. Green. Thank you for the
This
clarification.
guy is so dark and dumb. It's just.
He's fantastic. Oh! It's too good looking. This is my nightmare. So
yeah, in my opinion, pretty good film.
pretty good. It was
I
great.
liked it.
It was great.
It was a great film. It was
delightful.
great. It was delightful. I really liked it, and also almost all of the songs are awesome. I really liked.
The final reveal. Cause then they do a reprise of Everything Is Awesome, and he's like, I love this song, and Emma's like, I love this song. So the biggest reveal of the whole thing. She gave him a first edition vinyl record of that recording.
And
who
in
was
the beginning of the movie,
who was on the cover?
Wild Style.
It was Lucy herself, because they get brainwashed and her hair gets washed, and she had Sharpied herself. So she was actually in that, and he loved that song. And then they're friends forever. So
I guess.
It's
And
cool.
also at the end of the movie, at the end of the movie, at least I think, the real place is at the almost the end of the movie. The dad says, "Honey, where are my pants?"
Oh yeah, he says that at the end, which is the classic TV show from the first one.
Yeah. Also, there was a apocalyptic finale thing, and it was called Armageddon.
Oh yeah.
And it was stood for
That
Our
mom
Mom
will get in.
Our mom will get in.
Yeah, I could play that one out pretty quick, but I still thought it was cute. So, a lot of cute, well written, really good.
Our mama getting.
Don't watch me!
Yeah, that's basically it. You ruined everything.
Stop laughing! Finish your homework! You're laughing too much!